Hey guys, and welcome back to That LP Show. The name of the game is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Since we're pretty much fully powered up at this point, minus one other upgrade that we're going to get to hyper mode, we're pretty much fully powered up and have all of the equipment that we can get in the game, which pretty much means we have free run of the entire world. And what that usually means for Metroid games is it is now time to backtrack and do our pre-game cleanup and get all of the other upgrades that we couldn't get previously. So we're going to start off by heading to Cargo Dock A on planet Norion. Now, at no point in the game's story does it actually force you to go back to Norion. This is entirely optional if you're just trying to run through the game without getting 100%. So, yeah, we're only going back to get a few minor upgrades, missile expansions, things like that. One of them is actually kind of a big major upgrade, kind of, but not something that we absolutely need. It just kind of helps. You'll see. Been a long time since we've been here, and everything seems to be calm now. Doesn't seem to be too much damage from the last time we were here. Galactic Federation has taken over once again. Okay, first thing we want to do is, as soon as we step out of the ship, is take a left, and there's a spider ball track right up here. All we have to do is zoom through this pipe real quick. Use spider ball right here to get a missile expansion. So we're not actually going to be here that long. I mean, we are going to be here the entire episode. The actual upgrades that we're going to get aren't going to take up that much time, but there's a little something extra that I want to show off at the end of this episode, or toward the end of this episode. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? What you doing there? Doing a little bit of welding?
I've got duty to perform. We'll have to talk later.
Oh. Well, how rude. You know, you're probably alive because of me, so you might want to be a little more polite. Same to you. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother talking to you. All these guys are just too busy to talk to their savior. Wait. No. Don't want to go in there. Don't want to go in there. I guess you can go in there if you didn't get the scans before. But other than that, no, not much of a reason to. All right, let's get back in here, and there we go. Perfectly timed to where we can just boost our way across. Not that, falling in will do much damage at this point. Come on, open up. Come on, you don't even... This is the same one that yeah, that's the one that I had to edit out before. Jesus, Dor, you weren't even loading an event this time. Okay. Next upgrade we're going to get is one that you probably remember. You might remember this. Our very first white blast shield that we encountered in the game. Well, we're finally able to open it up. We could have come back here a lot sooner to get this missile expansion, but, I figured just save the cleanup for the end of the game. You could have backtracked here as soon as you got the ice missiles, but, I mean, why? Then you just have to end up coming back here multiple times. This time we just make one trip, one and done. Just one quick sweep of all the planets, and then we can move on with the rest of the game. Open up, please. Thank you. All right. Another thing that you might remember is this door over here that was damaged towards the beginning of the game that we couldn't do anything about. You might remember being attacked by arrow mines when we came here the first time. Are you going to be rude to me too and say you're too busy?
Good day, Samus. You may want to rethink heading into this section of the facility. The area beyond this door is overrun with spent phazon from the initial pirate invasion. The locking mechanism was damaged and is currently inoperable. It is scheduled for repairs, but considering what's on the other side, I'm not surprised the welding engineers haven't gotten around to fixing it yet.
Well, it's a good thing that I absorbed phazon and kind of eat it now, so it's not much of a danger for me. Also, I have acquired my ASE certification in welding that I can now do with my green welding torch. So we're all good. Awesome. Once again, this is another thing that you could have come back and get and accessed shortly after getting the plasma beam. This is the generator axis for Generator B, which, if you remember, Rundus actually got this one back online. Okay, these are in kind of a pattern here, so we can't just go rushing through when they all retract like we did with the other room. There's actually a bit of a pattern to it, so we got to do a little bit of waiting. Whoa, there we go. All right, another missile expansion, and I really don't feel like slowly going all the way back, so we're just going to kind of cheese it and jump down in there, jump right out. Look at that, look at that. Still full health because we're strong now, and it didn't take up that much energy. Hello. What did you die from? Ooh, phazon-based energy burns. That is not good. Okay, let's get the scan visor going. We got a new enemy to scan. The Blob. This is Liquid Phazon. Liquid Phazon appears to be semi-sentient glob phazon. Their young are known as phazon grubs, and eventually metamorph into their adult or puddle form. They exude a toxic chemical to protect themselves from predators. Contact with the substance can be deadly. They can alter their shape in a limited fashion, usually to avoid incoming attacks. So they're pretty much the adult form of the phazon grubs we ran into on the pirate homeworld. Best way to deal with these guys is with the hyper ball, and ooh boy, do they ever scream when you kill them. Oh, okay, yeah, and left to their own devices, they do transform into phazon grubs, which aren't much of a threat. So yeah, it's really not that bad. Not that bad at all. I think there's another one coming up here. Let's go ahead and take them out. They can be a little hard to reach when they crawl up on the walls, though. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh, wow. Yeah, they kind of break off into little sections there. Are you gonna die? What? Wow. Alrighty then. That was kind of weird. Just got stuck in the wall a little bit. Alright, what do we have here? Data storage. Alright, let's open it up, see what we got inside. Little bit of lore here, some Galactic Federation lore. This is on the planet Brio, and if I'm not mistaken, this was actually in the same place that we found. I can't remember, but this is one of the logs that was changed from the NTSC version. It was just in a different location. Federation scouts discovered the planet Brio 10 years ago. The planet's alignment makes most of its surface uninhabitable. 48% of the world is always exposed to the sun, with the other 48% shrouded in permanent night. The remaining 4% lies in an equatorial ring of fertile jungle, where the bulk of Brio's bioforms dwell. Fuel gel is common on Brio, which makes it extremely important to the Federation. The local bioforms are quite primitive, though there are ruins that indicate an advanced culture thrived on Brio in centuries past. So, yeah, it's been a long time since the Brionians went all cave lizard. Skytown. Skytown is a network of advanced structures floating in the atmosphere of planet Elysia. Most of the base is dedicated to research from a local to interstellar level. Powerful sensors of Skytown provide useful military intelligence data along with research information. An Aurora unit analyzes the vast amount of data collected by the station. It is supported by the Elysians, a group of sentient mechanoids that live within the base. Awesome. Okay, and this is not lore, but if you scan it, you get these special access codes. It'd behoove you to write these down and save them for a little later. You can only scan these here in the Metroid Prime Trilogy version of Metroid Prime 3. However, for the purpose in which we are going to use them, you can still play the original NTSC and even the PAL versions of Metroid Prime 3. These codes will work for what we're going to use them for in all versions. It's just that you can only scan that panel to actually get the codes here in the trilogy. Well, that's not a good sign. Hippity hop, hippity hop, hippity hop. They look like Tektites. Oh, but they're not Tektites. They are, in fact, Hopping Metroid. Really? They don't look anything like Metroids. Okay. Radical mutation has removed the ability to fly from this strain of Metroid, but its vulnerability to cold remains. Subject now uses its powerful legs for locomotion. Legs contain sharp formations of phasite, which the creature uses to slice through enemy defenses. So yeah, it kind of took on a spider-like crabby form, which I guess Metroids can do that, because a Metroid's life cycle and the way it grows and mutates and evolves seems to be completely dependent on the planet that it's on. Sometimes it just remains in a larval form, depending on what kind of mutagens and elements it's exposed to. It can mutate in different ways. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen a Metroid evolve into a crab-like form. Metroid Prime was exactly that. A giant enemy crab. You attack its weak spot for massive damage. With the appropriate weapon, that is. Oh, and we got some more liquid phazon. Ooh, and some more landing beacons. Well, we'll use those in a little bit. But for right now, overloading. Let's go ahead and kill these globs. Phazon globs. Come on, Blobby. Get down here. Get your ass down here. There we go. Is that it? Are we done here? Are we done here? There's no more? There's no more? Okay. Want to check something real quick. There we go. So this is kind of easy to miss because you got to stand back a little bit. It's weird to scan, but it is some lore. So once you got locked onto it with your scan visor, just move toward it while still locked on so you can start scanning it. Valhalla incident. The GFS Valhalla was on a training mission after receiving new crew at Tyvis. We believe the Valhalla was ambushed en route to the training base at a fleet of... we believe the Valhalla was ambushed en route to the training base by a fleet of pirate vessels. English, Mike, you speak it, right? Data suggests that the pirates were using upgraded starships powered by phazon. That plus superior numbers were more than the Valhalla could handle. Current whereabouts of the Valhalla are unknown. She is presumed destroyed in action. So yeah, that's a little out of date because we do know where the Valhalla is, and we'll be going there shortly. All in due time. Okay, this right here. For the love of God, scan it. Scan it now. This is a multi-lock blast shield. This type of blast shield is characterized by its multiple locking mechanisms. A simultaneous blast to all the targets is required to deactivate the locks and remove the shield. And even though we have apparently other doors in the game in which we unlock with the seeker missiles, this is the only actual blast shield that we do that with. And if you do not scan it, then and there, you lose your opportunity because it is the only one in the game. So if you don't scan it, reload your save. That is if you are trying to go for all of the scans. That is a one-time scan. Do not miss it. Open, please. Open, please. Open, please. Open sesame. Open up! Oh, boy. Ooh, what happened in here? Well, none of this looks good. Oh, crap. Another Metroid hatcher. Oh, no, not another one of these guys. What are we going to do? X-ray visor, Nova beam, boom, one shot. How do you like that, bitch? Yeah. You see what I was saying about how we'd only have to fight him the fair way one time? Because we obliterated him now. Thanks to the X-ray visor and the high-frequency penetrating abilities of the Nova beam, they are no match for us now. They are a complete joke. All right, as we cross here, we get energy cell number 7. So really only 2 more to go and we have them all. All right, let's get out of here and use those new landing beacons we found out there to call in our ship and move on to the next area, which is still here on Norion. We have one more power-up to get before we're completely done here. Open, open, open. All right, let's go ahead and call on our ship.
Data received.
All right. Now, before heading to the next area, we got those secret codes, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use them. Remember at the very beginning of the game where we had to send in our radio channel frequency in order to in order to get clearance onto the GFS Olympus? Well, we're going to use that thing again. A lot of people think that that's the only time in the game we use it, but that's not exactly true. We can use it here. Now, if you remember those numbers, those 4 5-digit numbers that we got, now what you want to do is you want to remember the order in which you got them. The 28413736551841478. Take them and stack them on top of each other. So you'll have like the 28413 at the top, and then the 14758 or 14758 at the bottom. That way, and then what you want to do is you want to while those 4 5-digit numbers are stacked on top of each other, you want to look at each one of them vertically up and down to get 5 4-digit numbers, and each one of these symbols right here represent the numbers 1 through 7, or no, or I'm sorry, 1 through 8. 1 through 8. Count, Mike. They're right there in front of you. I'm assuming they're in Chozodian or something. I don't know. But yeah, we got 1 through 8 here. So with those numbers stacked on top of each other, read them vertically to get the first of the 4-digit codes, and you will get secret messages from different staff members that worked on the Metroid Prime trilogy, and they are in Japanese and have no subtitles, so I've taken the liberty of I'll take the liberty of putting in translations for you, and these translations come compliments of the guys over at Metroid Database, the #1 source of Metroid information since 1996. I highly suggest you check it out. I'll put a link in the description. But the first code that we have up is 2, 7, 5, and 1, and I will just put in the codes and I'll be quiet for the duration of these messages.
こんにちは、任天堂の岩田です。社長って傍から見てるとどうかわかりませんが、実際結構大変なんですよ。忙しくて大変な時にどんどんやつれていくと人は同情してくれるんですが、私は忙しいと太る方なんで、太れば太るほどなんか何も感じてないんじゃないかって誤解されてるみたいで、非常に不本意です。
あ、聞こえます。宮本です。メトロイド遊んでる人たち聞こえますか？楽しいでしょう。もうね、僕もメトロイド関わり始めて何年もなりますけども、今度のは今までの中で最高でしょう。絶対最後まで遊んでみてね。じゃあね。
皆さんこんにちは。任天堂の坂本です。メトロイドプライムシリーズ3部作の完結編、メトロイドプライム3コラプションいかがでしょうか。楽しんでいただいてますか。このシリーズ以外にもサムスのミッションはまだまだ続きます。期待して待っててくだ ではこれからもメトロイドをよろしくお願いします。メトロイドおもろいど。
皆さんこんにちは、プライムシリーズのプロデューサーの田辺です。今回はメトロイドプライムシリーズの完結編ということで、作らせていただいてますけど、楽しんでいただいてますでしょうか。レトロの人たちとね一緒にこれで足掛け5年以上仕事をしてさせていただいて、いいものができているんじゃないかと思ってます。プライムシリーズレトロとの仕事は、一旦これで完結しますけれども、プライムシリーズはまたこれからも、作っていこうと思ってますのでよろしくお願いします。
メトロイドプライム3をプレイしていただいている皆さん、こんにちは。音楽を担当します山本健二です。メトロイドシリーズの開発が始まってですね、約20年以上が経つんですけれども、メトロイドプライム1、プライム2、そして今回のメトロイドプライム3では、よく耳を凝らして聴いていただきますと、ああこれはあの時のあの曲だとか、そう思える、懐かしいメトロイドサウンドをですね発見していただけるような、制作を行っています。過去のメトロイドシリーズの面影を持ったサウンドを楽しみながら、プレイしていただくのも、また一つの楽しみ方かもしれません。それではメトロイドプライム3を楽しんでください。
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and remember that you can, in fact, do that on all the versions of Metroid Prime 3, in spite of the fact that you can only access the special codes on that panel in the data storage in Metroid Prime Trilogy. With that, we have one more item expansion to get here on Norion, and it's at Docking Hub Alpha. And this loading screen right here that we see inside the cockpit is, yeah, this is the only time in which we see it, is when we're flying from place to place while in Norion. We don't get this screen when traveling around any of the other planets. All right. Last time we touched down here, we were immediately greeted by a GF Marine telling us about all the stuff that's going down, and we blasted our way in there, and that's where our adventure kind of began. But anyways, we turn around. We have a missile expansion across the way. We could either screw attack across, or we can use the grapple beam. Whatever you prefer. I guess there's no wrong way. All right, and that is it. That is absolutely everything that we can do here on Norion. And with that, we can finally say goodbye to this nice forest planet and move on to Brio, where we have some more unfinished business. But that's going to have to wait until next time. And until next time, thank you for watching that LP show, and have a one that is good.